Unfamiliar accounts in your credit report could signal that something's going on behind the scenes in terms of your credit life. There could be fraudsters opening accounts in your name, taking out loans in your name, and really running amok of your credit history. So if you start to see those accounts pop up in your credit, they usually arise from inquiries on your credit report, or maybe you'll start to get phone calls about accounts you've never heard of, or letters in the mail about debts that you didn't take out. At that point, that's when it's a pretty good sign to you that you might be the victim of identity theft, and you should start to take proactive measures to ensure that those accounts get closed out immediately. To check your credit report, the best website to go to is annualcreditreport.com. That's a website that a government agency started to give consumers access to their credit reports. Alternatively, you could go to either Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion's websites. But annualcreditreport.com is the best and most inclusive because it's a single resource that gives you access to all three of your credit reports at the same time. For your bank statements, if you start to see small charges, that can be suspicious activity. Because what's happening is a fraudster who has a copy of your card or who has access to your bank account information, oftentimes what we'll see is they'll do a small charge, $1, buy a pack of gum at the grocery store, just to see if they have the correct information and if they are able to swipe your card and utilize your card. That's the tester. Once the tester goes through, that's when they're going to do what they can to take as much money as possible out of your checking account or your savings account, leaving you with nothing. So if you see a small charge or any unrecognized charge, dispute it immediately so you can put an end to that fraud. Absolutely answer any of these collection calls that you get, and I certainly understand the reaction. It's normal to ignore numbers that you don't recognize. It's normal to, ignore those auto-dialed phone calls with the robot voices. But when you're receiving those types of calls, that could be someone trying to collect on a fraudulent account. So if you get such a call, answer it, ask who they are, who are they collecting for, and what account it is. And if it's one that you haven't heard of or an account that you don't recognize, I'd recommend looking into it to see, are there accounts open in your name? And if there are and you don't recognize them, that's a pretty good sign that there's some fraud going on. There's all kinds of warning signs about fraud, and we've covered just a few of them. But if you think you have some fraud going on right now, give Local Law a call.